I will present about the company background. KLK is a company incorporated in Malaysia and listed on the main market of Bursa Malaysia Security Berhad. Then, the KLK produce the product and service plantation, property and manufacturing.
I will continue with mission and vision of KLK. KLK mission is strive for excellence, which is offering quality products and services at competitive price, being a good and responsible corporate citizen, earning a fair return on investment, maintaining steady dividend payments and adequate dividend cover. KLK mission also sustaining growth through reinvestment of return profit, maintaining a high standard of business ethics and practices, and also fulfilling our social responsibilities in the community in which we operate. The KLK vision is servicing our customer with refined palm products, natural rubber and oleochemical products. Next, for KLK company philosophy is teamwork, humility, result, integrity, innovation and loyalty to excel in satisfying our customer and stakeholder.
Next is KLK logo and color. Every company needs a logo since it acts as the main visual expression of the brand. Beyond just looking good, a logo's advantages include helping a business stand out from the competitors and communicating important details about the brand and increasing brand recognition. So, the corporate logo of KLK, which is Kuala Lumpur Kepong Berhad, which symbolizes the company identity and must be used consistently across all communication platforms, is a crucial component of KLK brand. While the KLK logo must be used for press use, it must be used in accordance with the rules of KLK.
KLK stands from 9 members on the board of directors. KLK continues to be led by an experienced, competent and diversified board that is made up of directors with appropriate competencies, knowledge, skills and experience from diverse sectors and backgrounds, and also in the group's core businesses. Diagram shows the senior management 2023. Lastly, there are shareholders in KLK Berhad, whereas Batu Kawan Berhad is the highest shareholders with 47.6%.
Next is for internal strength of KLK. KLK is diverse revenue models, and the second one is KLK one of the strong brand recognition. Third, for wide geographic presence. Fourth, telemanagement and skill development of the employee at KLK. 5, the success of new product needs. 6, the track record of innovation. 7, KLK investment in R&D is heavily in research and development. And the 8 is sustainable practices. 9, financial strengths. The 10th one is advanced technology at KLK. I will move for internal weaknesses of KLK. The first one is declining per unit revenue for KLK. The second one is extra cost of building new supply chain and logistic network. The third one is declining market share of KLK with increasing revenue. The fourth one is business model of KLK can be easily imitated by competitors in the crop industry. And the fifth, niche market and local marketplace that company KLK able to exploit are fast disappearing. 6, gross margin and operating margin which could be improved may put pressure on the KLK financial statement. 7 is dependence on few key products. And 8, legacy issue. 9, exposure to commodity price volatility, and the last one is lack of innovation. For the IFE for KLK, as you can see here, the highest for rating and weight score is point number 3 and 4 with wide geographic presence and telemanagement skill development. These 2 points have rating 4 and the highest weight score with 0.36 and 0.32. with a major strength for KLK. Develop IFE weaknesses for KLK. There are 3 points with the lowest rating and weight score, which is point number 3, point number 5 and point number 8 with the rating 1, and the weight score for point number 3 is 0.07, point number 5 0.06, point number 8 0.03. And for the overall, the total weight score is 2.55 with average. There are more room for improvement for KLK.
Next is the opportunity of KLK Berhad. First is demand for palm oil will remain strong. Second, expansion into Indonesia is through the acquisition of interest in oil palm estates. Was agriculture industry potential, land allocation for future property development of intensive replanting program. Next is limited supply of oil, customer preferences are fast changing, lower inflation rate, lowering of the cost of new product launch, increasing customer base in lower segments, and increasing government regulation. The charts in KLK Berhad are highly competitive market, fluctuation in foreign exchange rates, government regulations, climate change or weather problem and natural disaster, limited land for use of plantation due to the strict policy, competitors catching up with the product development, changing political environment, growing technological expertise, trade relation between US and China, and changing demographic. As per the external factor evaluation EFE table present above, the aggregate weight amounts to 1. It is imperative to assign a numerical rating to each factor, ranging from 0 to 1, where 1.0 denotes the highest level of significance. The metric denotes the level of importance of a given factor towards the achievement of a firm's objective within a specific sector. As depicted in the table present above, the weight range of greater magnitude is 0.08, whereas the weight range of lesser magnitude is 0.03. To obtain the cumulative weight score, it is simply a matter of summing all of the weight scores. Based on the data present in the table, it can be inferred that KLK Berhad is in a favorable standing as evidenced by its total weight score of 2.74. The weight score of 2.74 suggests that KLK Berhad is performing above the average level in terms of its response to the opportunities and threats present in its industry. The firm's strategies are designed to effectively prioritize present opportunities while mitigating the potential adverse effect of external threats. Next is CPM. The table presents the score and weight scores of KLK Berhad, Sime Darby and Felda Global Venture as per the critical success factor. The aggregate score of the organization is determined by summing the individual scores of each member. The company that has the highest total score is considered to be the most dominant. This indicates that Sime Darby exhibits a higher level of strength in comparison to its competitors. According to comparative analysis, KLK Berhad exhibits greater strength than Felda Global Venture, yet falls short of the level of power demonstrated by Sime Darby. This suggests that KLK Berhad is a robust company that has potential for expansion in the forthcoming period.
Now I will continue the presentation with SWOT metric. SWOT metric, also known as SWOT analysis, which is a strategic planning tool used by organizations and people. This method aids managers in assessing the potential impact of both internal and external factors of the viability or success of new projects. Organizations and leaders use a SWOT metric as a potent analytical tool to direct their decision making. For KLK, their SWOT is for strength and opportunities, SO strategies, is leveraging brand recognition in new segments. And for ST, which is strength and threats strategies, is investing into R&D to thwart consumer or non-cyclical industry disruptors. And for weakness opportunities, WO strategies, investing into customer-oriented services and supply chain. And for the last one is weaknesses, threats, liability strategies is get out of the business and focus on growth area. Next part is a recommended suitable strategy for KLK. Number 1, strict adherence to best management practices. Number 2 is an upgrade to precision agriculture from conventional agriculture. The last one is circular economy. Next is QSPM metric. In KLK, there are two strategic options in QSPM that can be compared. The first strategy option for KLK is to broaden its oleochemicals businesses and plantation expansion overseas in order to generate new markets. The second strategic option is to expand Malaysia's property development industry in order to distinguish itself from its rivals and the market and for branding purposes. So as you can see here, this all is a QSPM for KLK, and from the strands to threads, the total is 4.10 for KLK to broaden its oleochemical business and plantation overseas, and the total for expand Malaysia's property development industry is 2.98. Next is the last part from me, which is the best and suitable strategy for KLK. So the best and suitable strategy for KLK is an upgrade to precision agriculture from conventional agriculture. As I said in the previous section, precision agriculture focuses on sustainable production by utilizing new technologies like automated steering systems, data-driven fertilizer and pesticide applications, field robots, drones, soil sensor analysis, and autonomous driving. This approach improves processes, reduces costs, and enhances competitiveness based on meteorological, edaphic, and agronomic parameters that affect output. Precision agriculture can reduce production costs, increase yield per unit, and have a positive environmental impact. And three perspectives are used in precision agriculture, which is agronomic. Agronomic is fertilization and irrigation, ensuring that the palm trees receive the right amount of rainfall and plant nutrients. Second is environmental, which is precise fertilization applied so that fewer amounts are released into the atmosphere, as fertilization above the economically optimal levels may result in negative environmental effects like emissions of greenhouse gases, leaching of nutrient losses, soil acidification, and groundwater pollution. And the last one is techno.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera doktor. I will present about the evaluation framework for the stage 1, the input stage. We must prepare and compare the IFE, EFE and CPN. For the stage 2, the matching stage, we must prepare the SWOT matrix. For the stage 3, the decision matrix, we must do the quantitative strategic planning matrix, which is QSPM. Then we must do significant difference occur. If yes, take corrective action. If no, we must measure the organization, then do significant difference occur. If no, we must continue present. Then assessment matrix, which is first IFE assessment. The weight average is 2.55. For the strength is talent management skill development. For the weakness is declining per unit revenue KLK. Second EFE assessment, which is weight average is 2.74. Opportunities Indonesia is through the acquisition of interest in oil palm estate and vast agriculture industry potential. For the 3 is fluctuation in foreign exchange rate. For the competitive profile matrix is Sime Darby. KLK has lower ranking, which is 2.85, then Sime Darby, which is 3.72. For the assessment SWOT, KLK must examine the SWOT using the TOWS. Then for the assessment QSPM, a strategic management tool is used to evaluate strategy option and determine how appealing each one in relation to other options. For the conclusion, KLK firm in its commitment to enhance stakeholder involvement, both internal and external, as well as overall sustainability performance as they continue to manage difficult market conditions. For the KLK will be able to make wise decisions for the future of the company and the welfare of the environment as a result.